Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today I'm going to draw Noodle from Gorillaz. So I'm going to draw a full body pose, arms crossed, sort of head going off in this direction. So let's go into the top. I'm going to draw the curve of the hair at the moment. I'm going to do that first of all. So I'm going to go over from the right. Curve of the hair sort of goes around this way. So I'll go where the ear would be about here, so just above the ear. Curve my pen right around this way. Keep going along like that. Let's just neaten that up a little bit. It's got a sort of curve that arcs round, clips in a little bit at the sides there. At the back of the hair, there's like some of these choppy bits. These like Jamie Hewlett kind of choppy bits of hair on these characters. I've got those bits in now. What I can do is just continue where the fringe goes over the eyes. So just continue this line down a little bit, and then got these nice sort of choppy fringe area, little lines down, sort of chunky and spiky down like that. I'm gonna just draw in a few little curves where the hair lines down, just so it gives it a bit of texture, kind of shows like the volume of the hair sort of going around the cusp of the character like that. There's a little bit of hair that clips around the ear just at the front here, so I'm gonna, from this point on the edge of the fringe, I'm gonna bring my pen down like that, curve it back up to the top here, got a nice chunky bit of hair clipping down the edge. Then with this space here, you can just curve a little arc. I've got an ear, and then just in there, just draw in a little curve of the inner part of the ear. Now I've done that, let's get the curve of the face in. So the face, almost like a little curved sort of heart shape at the bottom there. I'm gonna go from about this point, so the cheekbones around there, I'm gonna curve it around here to the chin. And then I'm gonna bring it back up. I'm gonna go up here to the jaw, and then it kind of curves up to that point there. So it goes in, down like that, okay? So you've got that nice little heart sort of shape of the face. So what I can do now is just pop in the sort of those classic like Hewlett dots, sort of one here for the nose. There's almost like a little tiny little line just above it, just to show the top of the nose. And there's quite a sullen sort of feature of the face where the lips are. So they kind of from about here go kind of up down like that. I can colour the little lip in later, but so it goes around like that. Sullen sort of line there, and then there's other little choppy little bits of the hair kind of pops out here, the little chunky bit there, maybe another little bit here, and coming out here there's a couple of little chunky bits, another little line there, and one more just at the back down there, so the hair's sort of spiking out at the bottom. Now as I go to the neck, there's a little piece of sort of neck wear on that, so I'm just going to draw a little line here, just join up like that. I'm going to come down and just draw this piece of like neckerchief wear, a little sort of scarf thing. Come down there, it comes out down this way, back, and sort of hits back up this way. There's a little dot in there. And then now I've got that in, a little bit of the neck. Let's draw the shoulders in. So I've got one shoulder coming over this way, so it comes out here, down and in, and over this way from the neck. I can go out, curve out to the ball of the shoulder, around, and then there's like a little t-shirt wearing going around that. Now the t-shirt, I'm just going to draw another little line around it, sort of piped red. So just got to just draw a little bit of piping in, and then there's a little collar area kind of comes down from the left here, just sort of pops down this way and then along this way here. Again, you can just pipe around that like that. Now this is where it can get a little bit tricky, so I'm going to just try and do these folding arms overlapping. I think it's probably good right now to try and draw the arm coming out this way on the right, so it scoops out this way to an elbow here. So just grab your pen, just sort of come down from that shoulder area, curve in ever so slightly, and then let it go down to an elbow at the end, back in on itself. Meanwhile, we've got two sort of big glove elements on the character of Noodle. So I'm going to draw a curve around like that, sort of going around that sort of forearm area. And then the line of this one kind of comes in sort of along here like that. There's actually a little buckle on this glove, so I'm just going to draw a nice little rectangle in and a bit on the inside, because there's a little sort of loop of a belt that comes around here. Just put a little arrowhead on the edge of that. It's actually a few little belt loops on that. And now I've got that in, just go and draw a line into there, and then the rest of the glove sort of comes up, arcs up this way like that. So you've got that nice chunky glove area. Now on the other side here, what I'm going to do is draw the arc of the other glove, just clipping this point here. So I'm going to come upwards like this, just join it over like that. Then the hand is going into this area here where the arms are folded. So I'm going to come up and around where the wrist is. And then I'm going to bring the edge of the glove out all this way here. And then again, this is the edge of the glove, so I'm going to clip around it like that. Bring it in a tad, and then we've got another one of these little loops here. So got a little buckle up here, just drawing a nice rectangle. Again, we can sort of pop in a little inside area. And then the loop comes down either side of the gap we've made, and then just draw a little arrowhead again. Cap that off with 3 little dots there, and it's starting to come together. Now we've got the hand to put over the arm here. So if I come up from this point where the buckle is here, I can come upwards like this where the hand is to a knuckle, come across here, and then the finger just goes over the top of the arm there. And we can just draw another finger there, another finger coming down here, 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one coming down there, back in on itself here and down, just cap that off there. I've got that nice gap there with the forearm here, so I'm gonna first of all draw a line down here, draw a line down there to the arm, and then the elbow's around here, so I'm gonna just draw down here to the elbow, around like that. Draw a little line in there where the elbow line goes, and then the dress of Noodle comes down from the top here, just sort of joins it up there. That's that top area. Quite difficult, but it looks really effective, so see how you get on with that one. Now I'm going to draw the dress that comes down this way, so kind of comes down from here like to the hips. So I'm going to just draw a little curved line like that. Now there's a couple of pockets on this dress area. The first one comes up here, around, it's almost like a little diamond, like that. And on this side, it's like a little diamond again, you kind of go in and around like that. There's a couple of little lines to make a pocket, and back out like that. Little dot in the middle, and it is actually piped again, so just going to give a hint of the piping around there, maybe just a little line in there. What I can do now is just continue the line from that corner point of the diamond we made, so the dress just comes down like this, or tapers out a little bit there. And then from that elbow point, the dress comes down this way on the left, so grab your pen, just nice line down, curve it out a bit at the end there, like that. Now we can just join it up with a nice curve, so nice and steady, and we draw that in. A couple of those little Jamie Hewlett Gorillaz type lines on the dress, and that's the top area done. Next up, I'm going to draw the leg. So coming down here, so she's got like black and white tights on there, and then big old sort of boot trainers going on her feet. So if I go from here, I'm going to draw the leg down to the knee about this point here. So just going to get my pen about this point, bring your pen down, curve it in to a little knee area. And I'm going to go down this way now, the shin area, a little bit more straight, down like that. And the inner part of the leg will come down about here. Just bring your pen down like this to the knee. Stop there. Then we can come out a little bit where the calf muscle is and taper it in at the bottom there. On this side, from that middle section, we can go down like this to the knee area there. And then it kind of curves in, sort of the leg goes down and it's a bit more straight at the bottom area. So the knee's about here, and then we can just come down where the shin is to this point here. And then on the left-hand side, going from about this point, we come down like this to the knee area. And then again, we can pop it out a little bit where the calf is, and then just taper it down neatly to the end there. Cool. Right, what I can do next is just draw these tights in. So the top of the tights is around here. Nice curve there. And here, a nice curve here, like that. Then what I'll do is just get my Sharpie pen, a little bit chunkier, and what I'm going to do is just draw in these little loops. So I've got like a little loop here. Just sort of draw in these little curved areas either side. And one more in here, like that. Just neaten that up a little bit there. Just make sure I go to the edge on it on relevant bits. Make sure it curves around nicely. A couple of little lines where the knees are, maybe one there, maybe over here. And then I can draw the shoes in, right? So big old chunky sort of top parts of these trainers. They're a cool like camo look, which I can colour in later. And first of all, I'm just gonna draw a little arrowhead on there, little arrowhead there, just to cap off the tights. And then I'm gonna come out, down like that. I'm gonna come down a bit where they go down to the heel. Then I'm gonna come round where the heel is, and then I'm gonna bring my pen, curve it around to the toe area about here, pop it up, nice little bounce there where the toe is, and then around where the laces area is and up. On this side, this boot sort of comes down here and out there. I'm gonna come out round here, down, out round here, down. We have got a little lace sort of eclipsing it here, so I'm gonna just bring a little line down here, and then just draw a little bit there. And then I'm gonna just draw the bottom area of the shoe there to the toe area here, come up, around, up and around like that. And then we can just add a little bit of detail to these bits. So I've done a little lace there. I'm gonna pop another little lace coming down this way here. Just a couple of little lines is all we need. We've got this lower area where the sole is, so I'll just come around on that side, and then the same here sort of come around the bottom of it. They got white toe caps, so I'm gonna draw a cool little toe cap on each side. And then we got another lace sort of coming off this way, and another lace coming down here. And then we got some really nice sort of chunky laces here. So I'm just gonna give a nice little hint of the laces around here. So just draw in some little sort of lines, sort of zigzaggy going around. It can just be a little expression of them. It doesn't need to be super detailed. Then I'm just going to come up here where like the tongue is around this point here, just bounce out that tongue area there. And you know, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm actually going to leave it at that. I think that's enough. So there we go. There is Noodle from Gorillaz, also featuring in Fortnite at the moment. Let me know what you think of the skin. And let me know who else I can draw on the channel. And I'll see you again soon. All right, thanks for watching Art Draw. Bye for now.